when I think about New York City, I think about hustle, bustle. I think about these girls. I mean, I was going to move there in my 20s, but another God thing, that didn't happen, which is so cool anyway. But they're seeking something for the most part. They want a certain life, or they want success in this area, and they're kind of going through the motions. And that is I think all cities can be lonely, but I think that thinking about Manhattan, it can be lonely going through all of this, through life, and it's probably the hardest part of life in your late 20s. So if you can meet those girls, being 36, knowing what you know now, being confident in who you are, if you could meet them, what would you tell them about boundaries? What would you tell them to kind of stop and think, yeah, I don't know that, or I need to think about that, or anything? What would you tell them?
I mean, New York is that way. It's like bright lights, big city, everything's shiny. You could do anything at the drop of a hat. And I think it takes living here for a while to understand it's actually the smallest big city in America. You walk down the street and you run into people. And the joy of New York is when you run into them, you are 20 steps from a great place to eat or drink or something to do or to see. And it fosters relationship in a way that no other city I've lived in does.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
But I think it takes time to find your groove of people. And you go on 50 first friend dates and 49 of them kind of suck. No, that's not true. Actually, that's totally not true. Maybe 35 of them just kind of suck. And you're just like, we're on different pages. Like, you do you, I'm going to do me. Good luck. But when you need 3 people in New York to have community, because when you find 3 people, they have 3 people. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden with New York, it's very much like the more the merrier, in a way that I've never felt in other cities. Other cities have felt a little bit more cliquey. Chicago to me was like very cliquey, in regards to like, these are my people, this is who we hang out with, we're good. But in New York, it's always, this is happening, whoever wants to come, show up. And once you have it just takes 3 people to meet, where all of a sudden you're very connected in groups, meeting other people. And New York is the diversity of friend groups in New York is the most exciting part. And I would say, this isn't true for everybody, of course, but make friends with people you don't think you would be friends with, just like on paper. They're this, they're this, they're this, they're this. Like, where are my connections? You cannot do that in New York because you just don't know. Like, right. My people I would have never guessed. Like, one of my best friends is 48 years old, and she is incredible, and she is a mentor when she has to be, and she is a girlfriend when she has to be, and sometimes I'm helping her, sometimes age doesn't really matter the same way. Her friend group is incredible and totally quirky and bizarre, and you go to her house and you never know who's going to be there, but you know it's going to be good, and people are going to be there for the right reasons. And so I would say, just be open completely to the type of friends that you'll make. When you meet them, just do stuff with them. Like, everybody wants to have a drink. If you like to go for cocktails, you can. But a drink could be coffee. Everything is close. You're 10 minutes from anything in New York. So invite them to do stuff. Last minute always works here because you're going to get a straight yes or no. Mm-hmm. And once you meet 3 friends, your community is set. And it'll always change, but it's set because you did the hard work to find the right people, and good people introduce you to good people.
That's awesome. So you would tell these girls that are new to the city that you're going to be fine. Find 3 friends You will be attracted. I always say your vibe attracts your tribe. That will happen. And hold on to them. Keep learning, keep growing. I think for me, one of the things that that I see is people get stuck in these friend groups and they don't grow from there. It's almost like they're afraid to grow because if they grow, then there's a chance they might leave someone behind, and that's not comfortable. So make those friends, but just know that keep going. Keep doing what you came to that city to do. Is that accurate?
Find friends, if you're curious, which hopefully everyone is, like make friends who are curious, because curious friends will grow as you grow, and they may grow in different ways, but you're still growing.
Right.
And the reality is also New York is not for everyone. And for some people, New York brings the worst out in them, and for others it brings the best out in them. And for some it energizes you, and for others it depletes you. And neither is right or wrong. There's no right or wrong in this scenario. Just being aware of what this city does is the only way to know whether you're right or wrong. Just being aware of how it makes you feel. When I moved to New York, I felt like home for the first time in my adult life.
Oh, wow. I love that.
I hope to never leave. And my Alexander's from here, and he grew up in Gramercy Park. Like we grew up in completely opposite ways, but the city that we've crafted together, mixing the both of our lives, is something that I could have never even dreamed of. And I hope.
But you could have dreamed of it. You could have dreamed of it. I know this about you.